Hello?
I'll have two number 9s, a number 9 large, a number 6 with extra dip, a number 7, two number 45s, one with cheese, and a large soda.
So Silent Hill 3 came out in 2003, and after playing the psychological masterpiece that was Silent Hill 2, I was extremely looking forward to playing the next installment. So after going through the horrors of Silent Hill 3, did it live up to the second game? Yeah, no. Listen, I love Silent Hill 3. It is my second favorite Silent Hill game. But for this game, while it did feel like they took a lot of steps forward, they also took a lot of steps backwards. So in this game, you play as Heather Mason, the adopted daughter of the main protagonist in Silent Hill 1, Harry Mason. As Heather randomly wakes up in Bubsy 3D, I mean the Circus from Hell, she runs into a bunch of monsters and eventually gets run over by a roller coaster. But thankfully, it was just a nightmare. So Heather calls her dad and is about to head home, but ends up getting confronted by this detective who seems to know who she is. But because stranger danger, Heather ignores him and escapes through the bathroom window of this shopping center. Oh my god, girl problems, guys. Yeah, the creepy old guys. So we gotta go to the girl's bathroom with her usual pentagram, like in every girl's bathroom. Oh my god, they got the red one this time. All right, let's save the game. But Heather should have known that the bathroom window is obviously a portal into Silent Hill. This is what happens in Florida shopping malls. Scratch that. This is a Florida shopping mall. So now Heather's goal is to escape Silent Hill. Whew. Don't want to ruin the makeup. There's obviously more to the story than that, but I ain't a snitch. Okay, so I don't want to be a negative Nancy throughout the majority of this video because I genuinely love this game. So I'm going to get the negatives out of the way first. So the story for this game is good, but not great. And there is one major factor for why that is. So Silent Hill 2 was its own game with zero correlation to Silent Hill 1. You can play Silent Hill 2 without having any knowledge of the first game. But Silent Hill 3 is a continuation to Silent Hill 1. And this honestly is where I felt like the game took a step backwards. While I do love the original Silent Hill, I wasn't really a fan of the main plotline with the evil cult. And just a reminder, I did play Silent Hill 2 before 1 and 3, and that's why I feel like Silent Hill 3 is a step backwards because it goes right back to the evil cult plotline. And I feel like the Silent Hill franchise didn't need to go down this direction again, especially after Silent Hill 2. Silent Hill 2's plotline was about James coming to terms with not just the death of his wife, but all of the truths he was afraid to acknowledge. Because it wasn't the story of an evil organization, it was the story of one man dealing with his own trauma. I truly think that Silent Hill 2 created the perfect baseline with that story, because that should be the baseline for every Silent Hill game. Here's the baseline. Silent Hill is built off of the protagonist. Everyone sees Silent Hill differently, so all you have to do for the plotline of a Silent Hill game is build Silent Hill from the main character's perspective. Silent Hill thrives when it's telling deep and intimate stories focused on one character. And I'm not going to act like they don't build the majority of Silent Hill 3 from Heather's inner psyche, but I feel like we could have gone even further like James in Silent Hill 2 if we didn't have that stupid ass plotline with the cult. But because she's connected to it, they kind of have no choice. And that's one of the biggest reasons why I wish that Heather was just a new character altogether, which was the original plan, but Konami wanted to connect the two games. And in the original plans, the game was supposed to be a lot more similar to Silent Hill 2. And God, I wish they kept it that way. I only say that because I care way more about Heather than the goddamn cult.
I don't know. Don't you think blondes have more fun?
If you watch my top 10 females in video games, you already know that Heather is one of my favorite females in video games. And just like James in Silent Hill 2, the town and monsters of Silent Hill 3 are built around Heather.
You feel excited when you step on them and snuff out their lives.
Are you talking about the monsters?
Monsters? They look like monsters to you?
Oh no.
Don't worry. It's just a joke.
But unlike James, because Heather is a teenager, they really feed into a lot of teenage anxiety that a lot of teenage girls dealt with around her age. Body image, menstruation, loneliness, bullying, pregnancy, even sexual harassment. You see these themes throughout the game as you traverse the town and confront the grotesque looking monsters lurking within it. This was honestly the perfect step to take after Silent Hill 2 because these themes were such relatable topics around the early 2000s. This game has some of the best imagery in any Silent Hill game, and it's because of this I wish they focused more on these themes in the main plot line and not just the gameplay. Speaking of which, I guess it's time to get into the gameplay. Can I just grab it? Guys, pick it up. Okay, yep. Let me just pick it up. Something's fallen between the table and the floor. I think it might be a key. If my arms were a little longer, I might be able to reach it. There's a huge pile of cardboard boxes on the table, full of books. It's way too much of a pain to move something that... Huh?! Heather, just... Listen, if you really wanted that key, you would just move these crates and just get the key. God. Women. Am I right, fellas? This is why only 3% of my viewers are female. Alright, anyway. The gameplay was a lot more gung-ho in this game. The enemies were bigger. The enemies were faster. And the weapons? You get a fucking submachine gun in this game. I don't know why they went so action-heavy in this game compared to the last two games, but I felt more annoyed than scared. I feel like Resident Evil can easily get away with action when done right, but for Silent Hill, it just feels wrong. It's not bad in this game, but it would lead to worse in the future. But with all of that negativity out of the way, this game is absolutely gorgeous. This might be my favorite looking Silent Hill game. Even with the more action-focused combat, it does not get in the way of the atmosphere in this game. There were so many moments in this game where I would just stop to appreciate the areas in this game. Oh my God, I love how this game looks. Like, graphic-wise, Silent Hill 2 Remake is the best looking game. But if we're going by style and aesthetic, this is my favorite looking Silent Hill game. Without a doubt. Absolutely. Ooh, Shakespeare. And with a great atmosphere comes a great soundtrack. Silent Hill 2 might be my favorite Silent Hill game, but when it comes to soundtracks, It is a tie between Silent Hill 2 and Silent Hill 3 when it comes to soundtracks. The soundtrack of Silent Hill 2 was the perfect blend of somber and melancholy, while the soundtrack of Silent Hill 3 is drowning in early 2000s rock, and I was obsessed from the moment I heard the opening theme song of this game. So with all that said, Silent Hill 3 gave us the perfect atmosphere and amazing soundtrack, but the story could have gone a lot further with the themes if they just focused on the character and not the cult. So with all that said, my final verdict for Silent Hill 3 is the golden seal of approval.